Hello, my name is Melissa Holden, and I still don't have a catchphrase. But what I was going to do is, I am multitasking right now. I'm drying clothes, dryer, clothes dry, washing dishes, dishwasher, cooking dinner, rice. We're having more than just rice for dinner, but the rice can cook on the stove without me doing anything. And while I had some downtime, I told my son I would grind on his game where you keep playing it and playing it anyway and make progress and beat levels and stuff so that he doesn't have to worry about it when he's at school. He's so appreciative. I had to tell you something my daughter did. This was not premeditated whatsoever, but I just have to tell you. My daughter, I was up using the restroom. She made me promise to not ever say the word potty again because she's grown up. Okay. But I was using the potty. And then when it came time to use the toilet paper, I looked over and she had written a little love letter on the toilet paper. How cute is that? Okay. But anyway, so without further ado, I wanted to practice seeing if I can teach, because there's a skill that I wanted to teach the Activity Day girls. And I thought, well, I'll practice on video, see if I can do it. Two things in one stone. Whenever I'm teaching or thinking of something that I'm going to be performing, I think, why not make a YouTube video? I know. That's kind of silly. But anyway. So, I watch a lot of tutorials and stuff I already know how to do. So, I thought, well, why not make a video of it? So, the first thing this is going to be for little children. Because ages 7 to 10 or 11 maybe. You'll need, the only thing you're going to need to make beautiful things, which is scarves or whatever you want to make, knit, anything knit. Now when I was a kid, I learned it on a spool, which you take a little spool of thread, and when it's done being used, my mom had little wooden spools. It has a hole in the middle, and you just take and put little nails in the top, and then you just knit that. Now they have these looms. I could show them to you, but I don't have them with me, where you knit with a loom. It makes everything easier. Well, what happens if you don't have that? And they have this little hook that you use. And what happens if you don't have one of those? You have to go to the store. So I'm going to demonstrate how to knit when you don't have anything. So all you'll need is a ball of yarn, and you'll need a left and a right hand. Well, to get started, you're only going to need one hand, and you probably could adapt it so that you use no hands, which I haven't figured that out. But if you don't have hands, you probably have a bigger problem anyway than just not having a hook. Okay, so the way first thing you need to do is find your left hand, and the first thing you do, this is how I've heard it explained. Hold your hands up, and whichever one looks like an L, that's your left hand. Now, on the camera, it might be a little off, but from where I'm looking at it, this is an L, so this is my left hand. So I go down and I pinch the yarn, a piece of yarn. I pinch it with my left hand. Once you've got it pinched well, you'll see there's a part that hangs over. You hold it up and down. Raise your hand. We want this to be a good length. And the way I've measured it several times, now pull the little tail, see this little part, and pull it down so that it's just right to your armpit. That's the length. So you've got it pinched up there, and then you pull the little tail down here, and the ball of yarn fell on the floor, and it's over there. So what we're going to do now that we've got the length and everything set up, we're going to wrap, starting with this finger. We're going to put the yarn on our hand. And the way we do that is you go around this first finger. And then you just keep it going, and you go around the next finger, third finger, fourth finger. Ta-da! Okay, but we're not done yet because we still got this little tail here. Now, I tend to like to pull it down because I don't want it to slide off my fingers. You don't even have to do that. I just do it, and it's perfect because this other hand goes right next right into those fingers so you can push them down so they don't slide off your fingers. If they do slide off, it's okay. We'll get to that later. Anyway, then you want to go back and get rid of that tail. So the way you do it is you just take a loop off, put it over your hand. Take a loop off, put it over, not hand, finger. Sorry, I used the wrong word. Over your finger. And it works really good because those little nails are the little things you can't bend, but fingers you can bend. I just do that by habit, but you don't have to do that. Anyway, here's the tail. Sometimes if it's, I don't know what your ratio is between the length of your arm and the width of your hand, but usually it's just a little tail like that. We call that a tail. But anyway, so then we've got the ball of yarn. The tail we'll just leave in the back. We're not even going to use it and pay attention to it, so ignore it from this point on. Now we just take this from the ball of yarn, and it just keeps going and going and going and going. It never ends. Okay. Well, until the ball ends. We take it and we go back and forth. This time we're going down. Can you see what I'm doing here? I'm taking this ball, that's my new one, sticking on top, and then taking the one underneath over top. Get to the top, and then I want to pull it down so it doesn't fall off my fingers. Well, what happens if that pinky finger falls off? Oh no! Wait! I have a problem. It fell off. I can't go on. I got to take the whole thing apart again and do it over. No, you don't. All you have to do is, you still see that loop? That's what we're doing, is making loops. So you just stick it back on your finger. And then we go back up. We went down and now we're going back up. So again, bottom one over the top one. And there we've gone back and forth one time. And then you just repeat that. Just keep going back and forth, back and forth. See, it almost fell off my fingers that time. And it looks kind of messy right now, but it'll look cool. You'll start to see this will look knitted. If you had bulkier, meaning thicker in diameter yarn, it wouldn't look as flimsy, but like I would probably want something closer to the size of whatever I'm using. In this case, my fingers, I would want yarn about as big as my fingers to make it look like that knitted sweater look, or the way hats look when you're knitting. I think what we'll do is we'll just make it about head length flames. I'll show you what I did when I get to the head. Once I get, wait, I shouldn't have pulled it off my finger. No problem, I'll just find him and put it back on. There's first loop on the first finger, second loop on the second finger, third loop on the fourth finger. Fourth thing, that was third, but I called it fourth because 1, 2, 3, I didn't use my thumb. Semantics. Okay. So, when you're all done and you want to get it all, oh, I put it backwards, didn't I? Anyway, you get the idea. Maybe I'll turn it around. Sounds like my rice is done. Pause a second to go check it. Okay, I'm back. I have it on this side of my hand now. Now I'm going to show you what they call cast off in knitting. The way you can do it, well, it could be either way. I'm just going to, don't have it the way I want it. Just a second. Okay. There's multiple ways you could do this. The way I usually do it with finger knitting is take your yarn, go over the first loop, and then you take this new one, see, it's a loop that's there. You put it over your second one. Then go over it. Then you still got that loop, right? fold it over the third one. Still got it on here on your finger, so you take it off and put the loop over the third one and then go over it. And then you've got that. And usually what I'll do is, I don't have a pair of scissors, so just pull that off and put the end through that loop and pull it tight, and there we have our little thing. I don't know, you can be creative and think of whatever you could think of. You can probably think of a lot of different things. Anyway, I was just going over that. Some of my things are, I should be folding clothes and washing the microwave. Okay. Have a great day.